I'd like to listen to a podcast about strategies when the older, higher earning spouse works until age 70 and the younger spouse, 7 years younger in my case, wants to retire early. I'm sure you do. Uh, should I take my Social Security, given that my spouse has maxed his out, and therefore my survivorship benefits will be higher? My Social Security would be higher than half of his PIA, so spousal benefits would not apply to me.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, this is a great question. We talk a lot about the idea of delaying Social Security, but it's important to emphasize really we're talking about the high earner in the couple. And so I think this question is really getting at that theme that there's more flexibility for the low earner in the couple. And in this scenario, especially with the low earner in the couple being 7 years younger than the high earner in the couple, to claim at a different age. They don't necessarily need to both claim at 70. So I even just to, it's always great to check this with software. So I went to opensocialsecurity.com and plugged in a scenario that matched what we're talking about here with a 7-year age difference. So the high earner is 7 years older. I have the high earner's primary insurance amount is,
Yeah, and I said PIA as an acronym, and I should have said primary insurance amount.
yeah, and that's what your Social Security statement would tell you is what you're looking at as your retirement, a Social Security retirement benefit at your full retirement age, but it'll be higher if you delay to 70. Yeah, and so I plugged in, I think just to get at the theme of what this was, the high earner spouse's primary insurance amount was, not that this specific number matters too much, but $3,000. And then I put in $2,000 for the low earning spouse to get at the idea reflected in the question that their benefit was more than half, so that they're not going to get a spousal benefit. But that actually didn't matter to the answer ultimately. We'll get there. And then the higher earner was 7 years older than the low earner. So I plugged that into opensocialsecurity.com and it spit out the optimal strategy was the high earner claims at 70, the low earner claims at 62. Now, that's just the idea you have flexibility there. If you both ended up, say, living to 100 years old, there would be benefit from both delaying to age 70. But with the situation is for a couple, the high earner spouse, their benefit lasts for the joint lifetime of the two individuals. It's the retirement benefit for that person, or it's the survivor benefit for the spouse if the spouse outlives that worker. The benefit of the low earning individual in the couple only lasts until like the first to die, until as long as both individuals are alive. As soon as one of them has passed away, then the survivor benefit kicks in. And so you just think about with the 7-year age difference as well, that low earner is not necessarily going to be at a very, not to be morbid or anything, but not going to necessarily be extremely old when with that 7-year age difference when they may become the surviving spouse in that couple. So they could get away with claiming at an earlier age. And that's what the software shows. Based on the life expectancies projected in opensocialsecurity.com, the high earner claims at 70, the low earner claims at 62. The high earner's benefit can be expected to last for quite a long time because it's the joint lifetime of that couple. The low earner's benefit isn't projected to last as long. And that's why you can get that sort of answer, that it's not necessary for both of them to delay their Social Security benefit. And I think that's the theme in the question. Is it okay for the low earner to claim at an earlier age? Yes, I think you were thinking about this correctly. And yes, it's always important to check it with software just to make sure there's not some other nuances we may have missed out with answering here. But yeah, certainly the potential is there for the low earner in the couple, especially with that kind of age difference, to claim at a younger age.
The other thing, and as much as yes, this is a solid answer, Wade. Look, these are just questions we're answering. Do not take this as investment advice. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of pre-recorded caveats said here. Look, at the end of the day, if you have a question, speak to an advisor. Doesn't have to be us. If it's us, you know where to find us. We're managing principals of McLean Asset Management, and that's a traditional wealth management firm. And we also have an online community, Retirement Researcher, where we have workshops and almost like a master class for retirement income planning that you could check us out there, where it's a little more drilled down. Remember, this is a podcast, so it's not full on advice. I don't want it to be mistaken as such, but I think we're just pointing you in directions for you to further explore. How's that, Wade?
Very good.
All right. All right.